I thought quitting would instantly fix my life. Let me tell you something, I was really wrong. Quitting drinking didn't instantly fix my life. And in this video, I'm going to point out 3 things that I did in early recovery that really made it hard to stay sober. My name is Terry G. This is an alcohol-free life channel. If you can take a second, please subscribe to my channel. Take another second and hit that like button. The first one I want to point out is thinking that we can do it alone. I know a lot of people come into recovery programs of 12 steps, smart recovery, and because we've been alcoholics and we come to into this pattern that we're like warriors taking on the world. You know, people are against us. We had to get through those days of heavy drinking, taking all that negative, atmosphere around us in and dealing with it, that when we come into recovery, we think we still have to carry the world on our shoulders, and recovery is like walking through quicksand and we're going to do it alone. And if you can relate to that, that's exactly what I did. And thinking that you or I could get recovery, get a sense of ease and comfort by doing things alone is completely nonsense. My recovery personally did not change, or my life did not get better in recovery till I started thinking that recovery was a team sport. I got a sponsor. I went to therapy. I started reaching out and talking about my feelings. I started listening to people about how they got sober, how they dealt with things in their life. And guess what? Over time, my life got better. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 or 70. If thinking that you can do recovery one day at a time and have a great life by yourself, well, your odds are pretty low. There are people who can do it. I don't know any, but there are people who do it. But one of those people was not me. And I'll tell you, it's easier carrying the load one day at a time with the stresses of life, with people who have your back and can hold you up when times get tough in your recovery. I think number 2, a lot of us get caught up in, and what it is, putting unrealistic expectations on ourselves. I just want to say one thing. Alcoholism or drug addiction is a mental, physical, and emotional disease. It affects all those areas. So we have to give ourselves time to heal those areas, right? But no, not the recovering alcoholic. No, and I'm guilty of it too. We have to get out there and get everything back in the first month of recovery that we lost. The first thing we probably are looking for is another girlfriend if we lost our wives. So maybe we start dating, or we feel lonely and we think a relationship is going to help us. We get a job. I know I did. I got a job because I had to make up that money that I lost, and I had to start paying those debts. I just didn't have one job. I had 2 jobs. And also, I was pretty stupid when I sobered up. So I thought to myself, I should go back to school. So I even went to upgrading in an adult high school here in Ottawa. I had all this stuff going on, plus meetings, plus talking to my sponsor. Life was crazy. It was totally stressful because I had these expectations of things I had to do. You know that old saying, easy does it? Well, this part is not about easy does it. This part is, I want it today. No, I want it tomorrow. And what happened is what was supposed to happen, right? I started craving. I had emotional outbursts. I had all this stress on me. And guess what happened at the end? Guess what happened? Because I didn't put my program first. My expectations in myself when early sobriety should have been, or would have been, it would have been better if I just took it one day at a time, worked on my program. But what happened to me? I did it my way. I didn't listen to anybody else, and I went back out drinking. That's what happened to me, because I thought, because I was sober and the booze was my problem and all that kind of stuff, and I quit that I could get out there and get everything back that I lost. So that is number 2. And the third one is a trap. It's a trap that a lot of us think we don't have to do. And a lot of us become dry drunks because of it. And I'll tell you, I did too. The first 2 years of my recovery, I did nothing. I went to meetings and I thought all I had to do is quit the drink. And if I quit the drink, that was good enough and my life would get better. But I turned out to be a miserable SOB, or what they call in the recovery business, a dry drunk. And the reason a lot of us have a hard time coping with life one day at a time for long periods of time in recovery is our inability or unwilling to change. Alcoholism, like I said, is a disease. Just because we quit drinking, just because we put a plug on the jug, doesn't mean we are healthy emotionally and mentally. Physically, we're going to feel the change. We're going to feel better. We're going to sleep better. We're going to eat better. Maybe we're going to start exercising, have a little bit more money in our pockets because we're not boozing it all away. But when it comes to our brain and it comes to our emotions, that's where the hard part or the work needs to be done. And a lot of us don't do that. We need to change, right? You know the old saying, right? You know that old saying? If you sober up a drunken horse thief, what do you have? A sober horse thief. And a lot of people think that alcoholism stops in its tracks once we stop drinking, but it doesn't. It doesn't. We still carry the old coping mechanisms that we used to have. We still carry the resentments, the hurt, the pain of yesterday. We still carry all that stuff within us. Our coping mechanisms with stress, all those sort of things that what booze dealt with when we drank, we just got rid of the booze, but we're still have those behaviors in those patterns in life that we do, and we do it innocently. A lot of us think that the booze is the main problem. The booze is the problem, and we need to stop that, but we need to get healthy. We need to change our lives, take it one day at a time, and learn new coping mechanisms. And the best way to do that is going to counseling, maybe going to AA, smart recovery, whatever your method is of getting recovery. Stick close to those people and learn how to deal with your life one day at a time. Because a lot of us didn't come into recovery because things were going great. I didn't come into recovery because my wife loved me, over the top. I won the 649. Life was going great. No, I came in because life was crappy. And I carried those same things into my recovery. So we need to change. We need to work the 12 steps of AA if you're in that program, or you need to work the recovery program because the smart recovery program, because those programs are developed or made to help us deal with life on life terms one day at a time. But we need to change. We need to change. If you don't change, you become a dry drunk. Your head will be spinning all the time. You become emotional and you'll say to yourself, this recovery business, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it because I feel I was better on the booze like I did. I felt I was better on the booze than I was off the booze in early recovery because the booze was my medicine of the way I saw, the way I behaved, and the way I interpret the world. And once I took that away, I needed to do some hard work on myself to make myself happy, joyous, and free. So if you can relate to any part of this video, kudos to you. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It's all the same. It's all the same. It really is, okay? So thanks a lot for stopping by. My name is Terry G. If you like the video, which hopefully you do, put a comment below, okay? Put a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. But just remember the things I've talked about, right? You're not alone. You may feel alone, but you're not alone. There's people out there who care, who you can lean on. Lower your expectations. It's not that you're a failure, but just recovery is a journey, not a finish line. So just take it easy and trust in the process. And the third one, change. Change we must is probably one of the biggest ones that I practice to this day. I'm always changing, always moving forward, becoming a better person. So do those things take it easy on yourself, okay? Take it easy on yourself. My name is Terry G. This is an alcohol-free life channel where we're learning to live sober one day at a time. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and watch some more of my videos. And if you want me to talk about something, leave it in the comments below, okay? I'll see you soon. God bless. Ciao for now.